Hello, I am Kryon of the Magnetic Service. Today I am here, dear human being, to send you a message that we, from this side of the veil, wanted to fill your heart with light and to organize your thoughts and emotions so that you can better understand how the process of life works, how karma and dharma work, in this way of learning chosen by the souls that incarnate into human bodies. Souls that decide to live an experience in the earthly level of consciousness. Each of you, dear human being, has decided to incarnate in order to go through a specific learnings. If you could see it from the side of the veil, you would see how each one of you is connected to others through bonds of love. Some of these bonds of love are more fluid than others. But we could also say that some of those love bonds may be limited. Dear human being, although the experience from an earthly point of view may seem traumatic, terrifying, that creates painful trauma in the human experience, usually those experiences are agreed upon between souls, where there is a great act of love, a profound loving union in order to carry out such a big task. The learnings carried out by certain souls are so powerful and significant because they impact thousands and sometimes even millions of other souls by reliving traumatic and painful experiences that are mirrored in what is happening. Today, dear human being, because of the level of consciousness and technology that you have in that dimension, certain lessons can now be learned through shared experiences and not necessarily through direct personal ones. To put it in simpler words, or in a more human message, we could say that you relieve and heal an experience that you still need to resolve by witnessing in others a similar experience. Whether real or fictional, these observed experiences generate a deep inner change in you that allows you to heal that experience that exists in your soul and that is limiting the full manifestation of your abundance. That is also why sometimes it is difficult for the human mind to comprehend why certain events occur that we might call inhumane or catastrophic. For instance, human beings that end the lives of other human beings. It especially attracts attention when those involved are very young, beings who are supposed to still be in a state of innocence, or who do not have the adult capacity to understand what they are doing. But beyond what this being may have experienced in daily life, dear human being, you should understand that there is a lesson and a mission for that soul. Perhaps that mission is to bring light to those aspects of human life that are immersed in darkness because they generate so much pain. That is why, dear human being, life takes charge. Through these bonds of love, there are beings who come to help humanity evolve. Many of them, dear human being, we can see from this side of the veil, have tried to do so constructively, lovingly, with light, and yet they did not succeed. So they decide to live an experience that from the human perspective may be painful, catastrophic, but it serves to help humanity evolve through learning born of pain rather than love. Dear human being, you should understand that the different events in your life are like scenes from a great play or a grand film, where your film, of course, is the best. And in that film, there are no negative or positive scenes, but there are possibilities to learn. There have been traumatic and painful events that have sparked entirely constructive and luminous changes for humanity. Up until now, dear human being, most of humanity has been able to evolve and learn through pain. Bring this new paradigm, dear human being, that are co-creating souls like you who are incarnated at this moment, and especially you who are listening to this message, have decided to transform that way of learning through abundance. That is, through flow, by allowing yourself to be carried by the energy and love of life. This does not mean, dear human being, that painful experiences will disappear instantly, because there is one experience that humans will continue to go through, like death. That will remain part of the human experience. But one thing, dear human being, is to leave the experience of death as a traumatic, unjust, and painful experience. And another very different one is to experience death from a place of pain or sadness, while still being able to appreciate the passage through this life and what the soul left behind, primarily for the family system. And we wish, from this side of the veil, that they also leave many seeds of learning, light, and love for the rest of humanity. Dear human being, the earthly experience is magnificent. The earthly experience is a great opportunity to learn. There are infinite possibilities for human beings to co-create experiences to make their learnings. And the same lesson can be learned through deep pain, lack, suffering, and limitation. Or as many of you are already experiencing, that same lesson can be learned through love, light, and above all, through understanding, dear human being, understanding human life. Understanding those pains, those feelings, those emotions that as a human being you will continue to experience, because that is what learning on earth is about. We could say, dear human being, that in your essence, when you incarnate, you hold the potential to feel sadness, to feel fear, to feel anguish, rage. But when you do so from abundance, that emotion carries an adequate, manageable energy load that you can be conscious of, dear human being, to understand it and make it part of your experience, but not the defining part of your experience. When it is done from another place, from a different level of consciousness than the one you now have, where you can be aware of your emotions. Because if not, you wouldn't be listening to this message. That emotion defines the experience. Fear becomes panic. Grief becomes a suffering that literally breaks the heart. And rage becomes uncontrollable violence. So, dear human being, the task you're carrying out, the souls who have decided to incarnate to help humanity evolve through abundance, is to bring light to other hearts. But above all, it is to continue lighting your own heart. It doesn't help much, dear human being, to try to light up other hearts when yours is turned off. Focus your energy on your own heart, dear human being, and then bring that light to those around you, those who love you and whom you love. That is why, dear human being, if today you ask me, how can I be a better parent to leave good children for humanity? The answer lies in continuing to work on your inner self, allowing fear to exist without becoming panic, feeling anger without it turning into violence. And as you practice, evolve, and look within, you raise your level of consciousness. And as you raise your level of consciousness, dear human being, you begin to connect more fluidly with the wisdom of your soul, with your spirit guides, who are the ones who will guide you on how to improve your relationship with your children and how to give them more tools to face the earthly experience, which may include many luminous moments, but it would also include moments of darkness, of uncertainty, that when you have the tools to move through those moments, they transform in great opportunities for learning, rebirth, reinvention. Dear human being, if you ask the same question about how to be a better child, better sibling, better husband or wife, the message is the same. Transmute all memories that limit your virtues. Transmute the energies that are limiting your abundant beliefs, your constructive beliefs. Transmute all that is in your being that is limiting your connection to your inner wisdom, to your spirit guides, who are here and now assisting you in this learning process. Dear human being, the early experience is a magnificent learning opportunity. But there is something that souls like yours, incarnated at this time, possess, which is an incorruptible essence, which is part of the essence of the universe, that essence, that virtue, dear human being, that you have, and that absolutely nothing and no one can limit or corrupt, is your free will. So from that free will, you are the one who has the power to decide how to live your earthly life, whether from scarcity and suffering or from love and abundance. To do so, dear human being, you have the power in your hands to decide whether to look within, transmute, change everything that limits you or not. If you're listening to this message right now, it is because you're ready to do so. Dear human being, also understand that each soul has its own learning process. That is why, no matter how much you want the people you love most to live a different life than the one they are living, or make choices aligned with your values, you should understand that that soul has free will. And what they are experiencing is an experience they have decided to live, to experience in order to learn. And they are doing it from their highest level of consciousness. Love the experiences you're living. Fill them with light. And those that generate anger, pain, or fear, ask your higher self, your spirit guides, to show you what for you're living that experience. Whether your soul choose to learn through this early experience. And the answer, dear human being, will come when you're ready to hear it. Keep transmuting memories. Keep practicing your spirituality, because in doing so, you will reach that fifth level, that fifth dimension that you are looking for so much, where the connection with your inner wisdom and all the spirit beings accompanying you flows naturally and instantly, making the earthly experience much simpler and more abundant. Thank you, and so it is.